When I was old enough, and I'm talking in my 20s, and I asked my mum about her relationship with my dad, the feedback my mum gave me was so shocking that I was like, maybe the right decision was to try and do this separately. A perception of happiness that weren't happy. Because I didn't know what good looked like versus what it didn't look like, the version I've got that was good was great. Only until I met other people's goods, and I was like, right, wait, what do you mean your dad bought you a computer game and a bike? Do you know what I mean? And your mum cane rolled your hair every week and bathed you and put talcum powder on you. What do you mean that was normal? I didn't know that. But what I experienced was amazing. Do you get what I mean? So I'm not turning around and saying that it's down to forcing an issue that may or may not be there. But I'm also not saying the covenant of having a child isn't one of the most beautiful things that two people could create in the world. I'm just trying to say, energy-wise, there must be a line somewhere where it's like, well, let's try and find the balance that whatever we're going through, the child isn't the recipient
of that energy.
Right.
Tongo, you was right in the middle of middle.
Okay, right. So the reason I said maybe is because pros and cons, I'd have to weigh it up and think about myself. You might call it selfish, but I'd have to think, can I manage being around this person in a negative energy or in a bad environment for X amount of time? Am I strong enough to do that for my child? If I do that, will my child notice? Because I know, as a child, adults often think that they are disguising arguments or the animosity in the household
or the environment,
but the child knows. The child can feel it. The child can tell. So basing that on that experience, I'd have to think, can I put the wool over my child's eyes? Do I want to put the wool over my child's eyes? Part of me want to be selfless and think only about my child and what my child would likely to want. If I spoke to my child, they're going to say, stay with mummy, yeah? As Buddy said, inevitably that's what they're going to say, yeah? Unless my child's of an older ilk, where they can understand relationships a bit more, where they can say, yeah, Daddy, if you're not happy, don't stay. I will see you all the time. Me and you are good or whatever. But they may be able to even advise me, and they'll give you that advice or tell you that thing that makes the penny drop to you like, raw. I didn't think of it like that. And the magic that comes from them might help that decision. So for me, I'd have to weigh up all the pros and cons and decide what's the best for my child first and try and communicate with the mother as how the best we can move forward, because I don't want it to be that now we've left, I can't see him or her until, I don't know, I put £500 in every week or whatever the case may be. It's regardless of whether I've got £0 or £1 million, they're still my child and I should still be able to spend the time with them to continue the bond that we have.